I got a lot of interesting things to share with you. And I'm going to report to you what the middle of January 2017 is all about in the sky mirror. Here we go. Listen, you're sitting on a full moon. Oh, program 1050. Wow. So the prior full moon was at 22 Cancer. Now you remember from last week that a full moon kind of sets the stage till the next full moon. And this last one squared Jupiter and squared Uranus, and it gave us all the jitters and felt like there was no hope. And, well, at least us environmentalists and progressives. Well, things are about to change. In fact, you're sitting on it right now. Yeah, Friday night, if you're on the Friday night show, and Saturday morning early, there's a full moon. Now, this one is at 22 degrees of Leo. 22 degrees of Leo, that's a fire sign. So it's going to switch the seesaw. Now I've been coaching you a bit into these 30 and 150 degree angles because American astrology got lost. And I like my video students to know. So there's these 30 degree angles. And they actually, when you see them in ephemeris, the symbol looks like a seesaw. It's 150 degrees the same way. Now you can recognize when you're studying astrology, all the major angles are multiples of 30. The square, is 90 degrees, 120, 180. These are the squares and the trines. The sextiles are 60. You can recognize the angles between planets by looking at the signs very easily, because you know that the Earth trine includes, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. So if there are planets in those three signs, they're in trine. Well, anyway, but the ones that don't work that way, when you're in a quandary, you don't know whether it's elements, earth, air, fire, water, or, fixed, mutable, etc. Then it turns out it's 30 and 150, and you recognize them because they don't fit in to the easy ways of working astrology, and that's why they kind of fell out of favor. But they're multiples of 30, and they're just as important as the trines and the sextiles make things easy, and the squares and the oppositions make things harder. So, but these things have this nature of the seesaw. One side strong, the other side weak, and then they go back and forth, back and forth. Seesaws are fun. So you're on, the seesaw's turning, and it's turning away from the earth-water side, and it's going into the fire-air side. Yeah, it's a good way to start because all the signs are either earth signs or water signs. And they're all in sextiles and trines to each other. So earth and water get along great, trines and sextiles. Over here, fire and air, those all get along great. They're in harmony, all the fire and air signs. But these two don't mix. They're on the seesaw. So, you're just going away from the 22 degree Cancer, the full moon in the earth and water, and here you have the sun and Mars and Pluto, and they're all kicking and making investigations. And now and down with Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. down on the seesaw. Now we've got a full moon, and that puts Jupiter and Uranus and Saturn up. Here come the judge. The environmentalists are going to win one. It's going to go on for a month until the next seesaw change. That's why those Indians always talked about life in moons, huh? Yeah. Of course, the new moon is another cycle. And you got a new moon in Capricorn you're working on that's good for Neptune. Neptune's taking some of that. But the main thing is, you start to recognize the seesaws and treat them as major aspects. Okay, here we go. What's happening in the world? What's happening on your inside world? And what's happening in the outside world? We learn about it through the sky mirror. And here's the pattern of planets. Here's Jupiter and Uranus opposed. Yeah, and Saturn sextiling Jupiter. Here's the judge said, this is probably Trump, the business guy, saying, come on, we can get along. You can change the law, Jupiter, the lawyers. And then saying to Uranus, and we can help the environment too and get everybody to be friends. And doggone, things are going to work here for a while. Yeah, because a 22-degree Leo full moon, it's not bad. Okay, we're going to run the moon around the edge of this planetary pattern. And one of the main players here is the sun. The sun always moves about 10 degrees because we're going through 10 days, 2 weekends, so you can plan your next weekends. Sun's moving from 23 Capricorn to 4 Aquarius. So about what, next Thursday, Wednesday, Thursday goes into Aquarius. We all get very intellectual and we get off of this practical, earthy, where's the money and the time and the business-like feel of Capricorn. So it's the other interesting character here is Venus. And right now, when you're on the show, Venus is at 10, Pisces, right on Neptune. This is dreamy, this is sexy, this can go both ways. You could be a perv and get addicted to porn, perv porn on the internet. Venus and Neptune, too dreamy, too dramatic, you know. Or you could have true blue understandings about love and who Venus is, and how Venus is your sister first, and the dancing girl maybe. But anyway, this is a matter of Venus kind of becoming lost and then found in a new way. And so take a look at your love life and your sex life and your sugar habits and all these Venus lusty pleasures. And where you're sitting on Friday is Venus's day. Take a good look at them. There's enlightenment around from Neptune, the planet of Jesus, and priest, artist, doctor, musicians. Your higher heart inside you has something to tell you. Okay, what else is interesting here? Let's go right to the day-by-day stuff. Okay, here's the moon running around the edge, and it's in Cancer till you get to Thursday afternoon. It goes into Leo. You're watching the Thursday show. The moon's in Leo, late Leo. And not bad, huh? No, early Leo, excuse me. Because here on Friday, the 13th, the moon's still going through Leo. Let me make that more readable for you. There you go. So it's Friday the 13th, huh? And our calendar is such a mess. I ignore superstitions like that. There used to be truth in such things, but not now. Anyway, Leo is entertaining. Friday could be entertaining. And you're going into Friday night and early Saturday morning when there's a sextile to Jupiter and a trine to Uranus. And everybody going to get together in brotherhood. Trine Saturn, you got a permit. Man, this is the time to have your party, have your Saturday, organization, your picnics, your civic stuff, your club, your organization. This is a good time for you to plan, because you got a lot of big planets here. Uranus, the technical, Saturn, the money and time and business, Jupiter, the wisdom and law, all together here. And they'll pop for you Saturday morning. Get up early. It's a good day. You'll be talking about it Saturday night when the moon just shifts into Virgo. And it makes a nice trine to Mercury. And Mercury says, write it all down, make a plan. Okay. Sunday morning this is 2-3 o'clock in the morning, the moon goes by the north node. And there's some mothering and nurturing. Well, we did a good job. Clap yourself on the back. Okay? But don't let your guard down, because here as you go through Virgo, in the middle of 10 degrees of Virgo, here's the opposition to Neptune. And Venus is still there. She's gone by Neptune just a little bit. But first here, this is pretty much around noontime. The moon hits Neptune. It could get lost, or it could get dreamy, or it can get, I'm in pesticides, things you can't see. It isn't just religion, art, music. It isn't the silly aggrandizement of movie stars in our culture and our allowance for, when somebody calls it religion, oh yeah, they're tax-free. Give me a break. Excuse me, I'll get off my preaching box. But this is a time on Sunday when, through the whole middle of the day, first you'll realize your culture has blinded you to some things that aren't true, and then you can think about how you want to change your life so your pleasures are real, not what the TV commercials tell you your pleasure should be. Triple hamburger, cheeseburger, blah, blah. Look out. Okay. Discovery happens, 10, 11 o'clock, almost midnight here, Sunday night the 15th. Here's a nice trine to Pluto. And Pluto's, the investigator, so its secret stuff comes out late at night, Sunday night. Probably on the internet, not on corporate television. Monday morning, the 16th, owie. Here's an opposition to Mars. Young guys are making too much noise. Too much testosterone, too much selfishness, too much anger, road rage around. Why, didn't get your sugar on Sunday, all road raged. Monday morning, not an easy time. This happens early in Hawaii. This is before breakfast, really. But your own chart can move it one way or the other, and goes by the clock. It stretches out to a half an hour on either time, an hour. Your whole morning will be full of Mars stuff. Ask yourself what you're protecting. You're angry or impatient? Should have left earlier. Saturn slow you down. You're late. You getting into work Monday on middle of the day? Here's a square to Saturn. Everybody's late. Yeah, everybody. So don't get worried. It's okay. Keep calm. Just a nasty Monday morning. By the time you get home for dinner and after dinner, here's a nice trine to the sun. Feel like you did a good job. Father's happy. It's okay. Tuesday, the moon is into Libra. It's a different kind of ball game. We're in cardinal air now. It's intellectual, but it's pushy. Here's, pushy. Here's a square to Mercury. Too much talk. People saying right and mean left, confusion over communication Tuesday morning, difficulty with transportation again. Trying to get to work, traffic snarled. Yeah, moon in Libra. The danger point here is when it gets to late Libra and we run into the 23-degree stuff. Now, it starts with the square to Pluto early Wednesday morning, and a little panicky, and I don't have control of this Wednesday morning. Moon squaring Pluto, and then it opposes Uranus. There's interruptions, and the battery went dead, and the phone doesn't work, and there's glitches and stuff. But you wait a little bit longer, and truth comes out as the moon goes by Jupiter. Now that's dinner time and just after dinner, and it's sextile Saturn. Truth and wisdom comes out, and it's settled. And the prosecutors called up and said, "We're dropping the case." Good. Got common sense for a change. So Thursday, the moon's still in Libra when you wake up, and on the 19th. And there's a square to the sun, just before lunch and around the middle of the day. So you're not going to get too much done on Thursday, but you get new ideas late Thursday night. Now this is midnight when the moon sextiles Mercury. You may feel it Friday morning instead. New ideas, new communication. Your mind is working well. Then there's a nice sextile to a trine to Neptune. Inspiration hits. Now this is Friday the 20th, and Friday is Venus's day. So it starts with the inspiration, the higher heart. The higher octave of Venus is Neptune. If you take sex and sweets up an octave, you wind up with stained glass windows and the love of the Great Spirit. Yeah, just like Mercury is the lower octave of Uranus. I should say Uranus, the higher octave of Mercury. Anyway, it starts with the heart here, Friday morning at breakfast. Feel things, And by the time you get to Friday night, this is 10, 11 o'clock. Here's a nice trine to Venus. There's real love, there's real sisterhood, there's real pleasure. Maybe you gave up sugar and discovered honey late at night Friday. It's kind of that. You got to transform your lusts and your cravings into something more healthy. And if you do the honey, well, you're going to find out that chemical pharma companies are destroying our pollinators, and the bees are going because of pesticides and herbicides, and you'll get up and start fighting the battle, which will happen to you Sunday or Saturday afternoon when the moon sextiles or trine. Come on, Frost. Trines Mars. So first there's a trine to Venus. The girls are out, and they're looking very pretty on Friday night. And Saturday afternoon and evening, Mars is out. And the young men, the Romeos, are out there. This is a pretty nice time, very romantic period, Friday night through Saturday. On Sunday, the moon is shifted into Sagittarius. And Sunday, January 22nd, feels different. And here between breakfast and lunch, there's a sextile to the sun. So you got ambition. Good for you. Late Sunday night, around after dinner time, between dinner and midnight or so. Though here's the square to Neptune. Here's some confusion and bad smells again. This is similar to what happened to you Sunday, the middle of the 15th, when we had troubles with Neptune. Well, here you got more troubles with Neptune on Sunday in the evening. Of course, I'm most interested in what's going on here. Yeah, I'm on the 16th and 17th. I'm on my solar return, so I got to play good with Pluto and the Sun and ignore the Martians that are all aggressive and angry and people who are, feeling like the Grinch. And I'm not going to spend money on that, and I'm angry. And there's a lot of that going on here.